In this video, we'll talk about angle between two regression lines. The angle between two regression lines, y on x and x on y, depends on the correlation coefficient r. So if r is equal to 0, then they are perpendicular, that is q is equal to 90 degree, and the two variables are uncorrelated. So if r is equal to plus minus 1, then they coincide, then q is equal to 0 degree. But since both the line passes through the mean point x bar y bar, then they cannot be parallel. As r increases from 0 to 1, angle decreases from 90 degree to 0 degree. If q is the acute angle between the two lines of regression, then theta is equal to tan inverse 1 minus r square divided by r mod sigma x into sigma y divided by sigma x square plus sigma y square. So in this way you can get the angle theta, where r is the coefficient of correlation and sigma x and sigma y are the standard deviation x and y variable respectively. Here the value of q is in radians. Therefore, we have to convert it into degrees. So that is 180 into theta by pi. For example, if the radius is 1.5708, then degree is equal to 180 into 1.5708 divided by pi 3.1415, that is 90.0028. Next, we'll talk about conditions for linear regression. There are four conditions for linear regression: linearity, nearly normal residuals, constant variability, and uncorrelated error. Now, linearity. The relationship between the explanatory and the response variable should be linear. We can check the linearity by scatter plot or by residual plot. If the data points do not exhibit linearity, then we may apply transformation to get linearity. Now, nearly normal residuals. Now, residuals should be nearly normally distributed, centered at 0. We can check it using histogram or probability plot or QQ plot. Okay, or normal QQ plot of residuals. Now, constant variability. Variability or range of points around the least square line should be approximately constant. In other words, variability of the residuals around 0 line should be constant. It is called homoscedasticity. If heteroscedasticity is there, then we have to apply transformation so that the variability of residuals around 0 line should be constant. Now, uncorrelated errors. The error should be random in nature. If we plot error with the observations in order, then the scatter plot should be random. If no randomness is there, then there is a problem. We talk about regression analysis and outliers. Outliers is a data which is far different or far apart from the rest of the data. There are two types of outliers: leverage outliers, which do not influence the slope, and influential outlier, which influence the slope. So you can see here, if it is a slope, if the outlier is somewhere here, then it is called leverage outlier. Now you see why these two are the outlier, because these two data are outside, very far apart from the original data set. So this is what leverage outlier, and this is called influential outlier. Now, leverage outliers. Leverage outliers are type of outliers which do not influence the slope of the regression line or coefficient of correlation. So you can see this is the example of leverage outlier. Through the scatter plot, regression line and the coefficient of correlation, we can determine whether that outlier is influential or leverage. So in figure A, after removing leverage outlier, the value of R remains higher. So you can say one point is there. If it is there, then it is 0.9974. But if you removed it, same as 0.9833, very near. So it is, we can say it is the leverage outlier. But if you see here, if the point is there, outlier is there, it is R is equal to 0.5. But if you remove that particular point, now the R value is what? 0.2796. That means it is called influential outliers. Now, influential outliers. So outliers that actually influence the slope of the regression line or coefficient of correlation. Through the scatter plot, regression line and coefficient of correlation, we can determine whether that outlier is influential or leverage. Now, figure B, after removing the influential outliers, the value of R reduced significantly. So you can see initially it is 0.5, but if you remove that particular point outlier, then now the value of R is what? 0.2796. Now, assumption of linear regression. Now you can see the assumptions of linear regressions are as follows. Both the variables, dependent and independent, should be normally distributed, and linearly relationship must exist between the variables. The values of the independent variables are assumed fixed. not random, but the dependent variables are random variables. Homoscedasticity should be there. The population regression error are normally distributed about the population regression line. That is, the errors are normally distributed with mean 0 and constant variation sigma square. The errors are uncorrelated with one another in successive observations. To check all these assumptions, we may use histogram, scatter plot, summary statistics. In addition, it is the most important to examine residual plots, which help us to examine the data carefully and check the assumptions. The objective of regression analysis is to study the nature of the relationship between the variables. The cause and effect relationship is clearly indicated through regression analysis, and it provides estimate of values of the dependent variable from values of independent variables. We can obtain a measure of the degree of association or correlation by the regression analysis, and regression equations are algebraic expressions of the regression lines. Since there are two regression equations, therefore there are two regression coefficients. Regression coefficients of y on x. So byx is equal to summation of xy by x square, and regression coefficient of x on y is bxy is equal to summation of xy divided by summation of y square. If one of the regression coefficient is greater than unity, then other must be less than the unity. So bxy into byx should be less than equal to 1. Both the regression coefficient bxy and byx, here it should be the byx should be have the same sign. Regression coefficients are independent of change of origin but not scale. The coefficient of correlation is r is equal to square root of bxy into byx. That is, coefficient of correlation is the geometric mean between the regression coefficients. The standard error of estimate measures the accuracy of the estimated figures. The smaller the value of standard error of estimate, the closer will be the estimated points to the regression lines and better is the estimation. Residual plot help us to assess the fit of a regression line. We may apply transformation to variables to reduce the residual effects. The correlation coefficient between observed value y and estimated value y bar is the same as the correlation coefficient between x and y. The regression slope b1 is related to the correlation coefficient, and when two random variables are uncorrelated, the regression slope is 0. Now, regression equations for bivariate group data are also available in literature. And that is the end of this particular video. In the next video, we'll talk about multiple regression.